The departure of Mitch Marner to Las Vegas has sent a shockwave through the Toronto organization, and the aftershocks could be about to fracture the team's very foundation. With a $96 million hole now gaping on the right wing, the Maple Leafs are facing a dilemma that is forcing them to consider the unthinkable, dismantling their defense to fix a suddenly broken offense. The context here is critical. Losing Marner isn't just losing an elite player. It's the removal of an offensive pillar. We're talking about 102 points that have vanished from the score sheet, 27 goals, and, more critically, 75 assists. Marner wasn't just a scorer. He was a primary playmaker, the architect of plays that elevated everyone around him. Replacing that level of production and hockey IQ isn't something you can do with a mid-tier free agent signing. Management knows this, which is why the trade rumors have begun to swirl with a desperate intensity, pointing directly at the team's defensive core. This is where the situation gets complex. According to Sportsnet's Nick Kypreos, the Leafs are actively exploring the possibility of trading an impact defenseman to acquire offensive help. The two names that have surfaced are Morgan Rielly and Brandon Carlo. Moving Rielly, the alternate captain and the backbone of the defense for years, is a complicated proposition due to his full no-move clause, giving him complete control over his destiny. Brandon Carlo, acquired at a significant cost, has a modified 8-team no-trade clause, making him a more realistically movable asset. However, the very idea of trading Carlo so soon after paying a steep price to bring him to Toronto highlights just how few valuable assets the team truly has to swing a blockbuster deal. Analytically, this is a dangerous strategy that borders on self-sabotage. For years, the narrative surrounding the Leafs has been consistent: an elite offense handicapped by an inconsistent defense. Now, management is considering further weakening their area of historical need to patch a hole in their area of historical strength. It's a gamble that defies conventional logic and suggests the pressure to remain competitive is forcing management's hand into reactive, rather than proactive, decision-making. The fundamental question is a slightly improved offense worth the cost of a significantly weakened defense, especially in a relentless Eastern Conference? Looking ahead, the Leafs are at a crossroads with two equally perilous paths. If they pull the trigger on a trade, they might find an offensive replacement but risk exposing their goaltenders and creating an even greater roster imbalance. If they stand pat, the pressure falls entirely on the shoulders of Austin Matthews to return to his 60-goal scoring form, and on players like William Nylander and John Tavares to fill the creative void left by Marner. It's a bet on internal improvement versus a volatile trade market. This is a decision facing management. Would you risk trading a top defenseman like Rielly or Carlo to replace Marner's production? Drop your take in the comments below. And if you're following this offseason closely, make sure you're subscribed. In the end, one thing is clear. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, this offseason is no longer just about retooling. It's about redefining their identity in a post-Marner world. The decisions made in the coming weeks will not only shape next season's roster, they will determine the franchise's trajectory for years to come as the quest for Stanley Cup glory becomes more challenging than ever. Latest NHL trade rumors: Leafs, Ducks, and Predators in the spotlight. The futures of the Anaheim Ducks and Nashville Predators are hanging in the balance, tied to two pivotal players at opposite ends of their careers: rising star Mason McTavish and proven champion Jonathan Marchessault. As the 2025 NHL free agency period unfolds, the trade winds are beginning to howl, and these two names are at the center of the storm. In Anaheim, the conversation is all about the contract of their 22-year-old cornerstone, Mason McTavish. According to top NHL insiders like Chris Johnston and Elliot Friedman, a long-term extension to lock him up appears unlikely at this stage. The most probable outcome is a short-term bridge deal. The Ducks hold significant leverage. With ample cap space, they can match any potential offer sheet another team might present. This removes the immediate pressure and allows them to control the negotiation, pushing for a deal that gives them more time to evaluate before committing franchise-altering money. This isn't a minor negotiation. McTavish is coming off a breakout season where he posted a career-best 22 goals and 30 assists for 52 points. His role on the team expanded dramatically, reflected in his career-high 1653 of ice time per game and his 6 power play goals. He is a complete package, a versatile physical center with a tremendous shot and massive potential. For a rebuilding team like the Ducks, this is a strategic gamble. A bridge deal challenges McTavish to prove he's a true franchise cornerstone, worthy of a max contract in a couple of years. The future scenarios are tantalizing. If McTavish signs a bridge deal and his performance explodes, his value will skyrocket. This will put Anaheim in a win-win situation. Either they sign their bona fide superstar to the massive extension he has earned, or they possess one of the most valuable trade assets in the entire league heading into a future trade deadline. The decision they make now will have repercussions for years to come. Meanwhile, in Nashville, the situation is entirely different. The Predators are reportedly exploring the possibility of moving a veteran piece to gain financial flexibility, and that piece is 2023 Conn Smythe winner Jonathan Marchessault. Just a year after signing a 5-year, $27.5 million contract, his name has entered the trade rumor mill. According to insider Nick Kypreos, if the Predators want to shed a significant long-term contract, Marchessault is the most likely to be moved. Despite a slight dip in production, Marchessault remained a potent offensive force, putting up 21 goals and 56 points while missing only 7 games. His championship pedigree and clutch scoring ability make him a highly attractive target for contending teams. Kypreos has identified Ottawa, Toronto, and Edmonton as potential suitors looking to bolster their top 6 forward group. The Toronto Maple Leafs desperately need scoring and have shown a willingness to trade defensemen to get it. But the most intriguing fit is Edmonton. Imagine adding a player with Marchessault's skill and playoff experience to a lineup that already features Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. That single move could arguably make the Oilers the definitive favorites to represent the Western Conference in the Stanley Cup final once again. So, we have 2 major situations developing. What is the right call for the Ducks with McTavish? A bridge deal, or should they explore his astronomical trade value now? And where is the best landing spot for a veteran champion like Jonathan Marchessault? Let us know your take in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more NHL analysis. In the modern NHL, team building is a complex chess match. The decisions made on a rising star's contract and a veteran's trade value are what separate the contenders from the rest. For the Ducks, Predators, and the teams watching closely, these next moves could define their seasons.